Good afternoon, students. I have already taught you your unit first from physical chemical kinetics. That code is PCB 401. So now I'm going to start your unit 2, which is of complex reactions. As time is very less, so what I'll do, I'll cover more and more topics through small videos. So today I'm going to explain you complex reactions, its types, and one of the example of complex reaction with its kinetics. Okay. So first of all, let us understand what is complex reaction. A complex reaction is that reaction which is made up of more than two elementary steps, okay, or two elementary reactions. Now, I think you all know what is elementary reaction. If still you have some doubt, I will tell you an elementary reaction is that reaction which is completed into only one reaction. So let us understand from this example. The first reaction of this, the decomposition of bromine molecule into two bromine atom or two bromine radical, is the elementary reaction. And the example of complex reaction is the formation of hydrogen bromide, when one molecule of hydrogen combines to one molecule of bromine. But how it comes to a complex reaction, because it is form of four different elementary steps. Is the first elementary step is decomposition of bromine molecule to bromine atoms. Then this atom combines to one molecule of hydrogen and give HBr with the release of hydrogen atom, and this hydrogen atom again combines with bromine molecule to give HBr and again Br atom. Further this reaction proceeds, and this is how it is known as complex reaction. Now let us come to the types of complex reaction. So majorly we have to learn these three types of complex reaction. First is consecutive reaction, or it is also known as sequential reaction. Consecutive reaction, as it is indicated by name itself, that when a reactant gives B, then again it gives C, then give D. That means the reaction proceeds sequentially. Okay. Generally it involves the decay reaction, and also I'll discuss it in detail. The second type is reversible or opposing reaction. Reversible reaction involves reactions which are in equilibrium. Okay. And parallel reactions, or side reactions, or simultaneous reactions. In parallel reaction means you are getting more than two product from similar reaction, or simultaneously you are getting two products, or more than two products. So it comes under this example. But the complex reactions are not only restricted to these three examples. Chain reactions also come into this, explosion reaction, enzyme reactions, and many more. So today I'll tell you parallel reaction. Parallel reaction, you can understand from this example. A is the reactant A, and here you can see three different products are formed: B, C, and D, and their respective rate constant are K1, K2, and K3. Suppose K1 is greater than K2. That means the major product is B, and if the major product is B, that means C and D will be the side product, and reaction from A to C and A to D will be the side reaction or parallel reaction. Okay, then what we have to conclude from this type is maximum yield is major reaction, because here the maximum yield was for B, so A to B was the major reaction, and other reactions are parallel reaction. Now the highest value of K will be obtained for major reaction. Okay, so here you can see K1 will be the greater than K2, and K will also be greater than K3. These are the examples. You can see the reaction of ethyl bromide with potassium hydroxide. There is a possibility of two different products, ethene and ethyl alcohol. So for this K1 is for this rate constant is K1, and for this rate constant is K2. So it depends. If the yield of this is higher, it will be the major product, and if it is, then it will be the major product. Similarly, the other example is substitution reaction, and this is the electrophile. When it attacks to this moiety, there is a possibility of getting two different products. It may be ortho or it may be para, so it depends on the substituent and the attached substituent like X. So as you have already gone through the ortho para product, ratio. So you can understand this example through that. Some other reactions like nuclear fission reactions come into this example. Now we will come to the kinetics of reaction. I am here explaining you first order kinetics of parallel reaction. Let us consider this type of reaction where there is a possibility of getting A to B and A to C. For A to B the rate is R1 and constant is K1, and for A to C rate is R2 and constant is K2. Here we suppose B is the major product. When B is the major product, K1 will be greater than to K2 and K2 is smaller than K1. So that means A to C is the side reaction. Now from this reaction we can get these two equation 1 and equation 2. Here I want to clear one doubt or one blunder which usually students do is never write capital K in place of small k, because capital K is equilibrium constant and small k is rate constant. So while you are studying kinetics, you all have to write small k. Now for the overall rate, what we have to do, we have to sum these two equations. So the equation will become R is equals to R1 plus R2. Now after putting the values from equation 1 and 2 to this, you will get this, and after taking common this A term, you will get this equation. Now what is Ka? Ka is the overall rate constant. This is the sum of K1 and K2, because here we only have two products. That's why we have written K1 plus K2. Suppose your side products are more, then you will simultaneously increase the K terms. Now integrating equation 3, you will get this equation, and you have to find out the value of Ka. So this is the final equation, but the base of log is natural, that you have to convert into log 10. So after converting it, you will get the final equation. Ka is equals to 2.303 by T log 10 A0 by AT. A0 by A. So this is your final equation for kinetics of parallel reaction. One more thing, you can find out the relationship between R1, I mean both the rates and both the constant. So when you divide the equation 1 and 2, you get this. Here for R1 you can write the formation of B, and similarly for R2 you can write the rate of formation of C. So after putting this value into this equation, you will get another relationship with rate constant and product concentration of B and C. So this was the whole reaction kinetics for parallel reactions, and in next video I am going to tell you different complex reactions along with their example. Thank you.